100 yard dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities. But right now, calm outside. And, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, they have that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Card out of throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded at the 33. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 46-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Ronald Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves?
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
At the 38-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
You better bring it. Hey, 734. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, high 7.
From the gun, it's Carr. Open man, it's Vanette. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
56. Yeah. 734.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
56 is the Mike. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Hey, Delta. Get down, get down.
Carr now on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Carr will try it again on second down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
It's going to be a 9. It's going to be a 9.
Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. He gets it to Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Look at this, a tight end carry. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
46-yard line.
Now, 180. 59. Hey, let's get this,
On second down, Jacobs. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. $21-0 our score after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd and 6 coming up. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Echo. Mark, check, 59. It's our time. It's our time. Check 29. Mike is 59.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. Carr now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a 1st down here.
Bravo. 6-18.
Operating from the gun. Carr throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Check, 59. You. Raider 1.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check. Shift. Watch the twist.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
I'm coming out 1. Raider 1. Hey, wahoo! Mike's 59.
Carr. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dante Pettis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You got 58. Get 300. Get 300. Get 300. Get 300. 5. 51. Mike 51. Plant. Hey, 80 weapon. Hey, 88. 88. 88. Jordan! Jordan! 51 for Mike, boy. 51. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now Rodgers to throw again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And now another one thrown incomplete. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Express! I got you. 93. 93. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". I'm trying to collect. Hey, Haywood.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
93.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard
Check 59, Mike. Hey, orbit. 59.
From the gun, Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Express.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
So don't say nothing.
637.
To throw again. Carr taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Again, it's Carr. And Cooks hands it over the middle. Touchdown, Vikings! Brandon Cooks, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
What? We are going.
On the counter, here's Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Box it. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
On third down, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Express.
Mike, check.
Express.
59.
Throwing again. Carr. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
694.
Operating from the gun. Carr is going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Mike is 15.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll run it with Jones. And some space here. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point up and good by Crosby. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And the Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A huge play there for Chicago. 54 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers going to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season, as the Bears push further out in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
14 yards into Chicago, first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Kiki QT with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do, because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Express. Roy. 29.
Now Carr taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
We're good. You're mine.
Here we go.
Mike.
Carr going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. That's another great play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Perry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And they try to sweep to Jones. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
it's caught at the 10. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards. Shotgun now for Carr. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Ronald Jones, 71 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59.
Express.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Check 15.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. To throw again on second down. Carr looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. Carr now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Hey,
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
59, Mike. Check, 59.
Express. Easy. Kill.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Check the backer. 93.
Hey, seam 6.
Check. 59.
Here it comes.
Mike 5'9".
Check.
93.
Mike's 59.
Express.
Watch the slant.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Get ready.
Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now first and 25 after another penalty.
Express.
Flow. Check 59, Mike.
From the gun, Carr. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Give him 16 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
What down? 280.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Check 13.
734.
Mike's 59.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Express.
59 Mike. Check, 59.
You go, night. Express.
Check 59, Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
59.
Now Carr again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. The Vikings on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be third and forever.
Get set.
Go.
That's the way.
Operating from the gun, Carr. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself.
In the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll run with McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Watch the fly down. Express.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Let's go, tackle. Let's go.
Later, 9.
From the gun now on third down. Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike.
Hey, high 7.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
29.
Mike, part 9. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Hey, Delta.
59.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
59, Mark. 59, Mark. Check, 59.
You're Mike.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Mike's 5'9".
Carr again here on second and 10. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's third down. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Slam, slam, slam.
Greystone travel. Bravo.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10.
Express.
Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Check 59.
Carr to throw again. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Jamie Collins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Hey, 7:34. One, later 1.
Alert 3, alert 3.
White.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
59 mark, check, 59. Down to lose one.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.